Happy summer solstice, everyone. I want to share with you a couple of things that you can do when it's really hot and you're wanting to settle down. This is the first one. Just grab a blanket. You can use a yoga mat. Sometimes a blanket is fine. So your feet are together, your knees are apart, and your knees or your shins are up on that blanket, and then stretch forward. If your head doesn't easily come to the ground, you can put another blanket or towel there to rest your head. So by resting your head, it helps to quieten that busy front brain. So just relax here for a moment. And then come up. The next one is lying down on your back in the cobbler's pose. Again, so you don't need to use a yoga mat. You can simply just have a towel or a blanket. And then wedge your feet into the wall. I've actually turned my toes outwards like that. But if you can't do that, don't worry, but it just fixes the feet there. You turn the toes away from each other and you bring your pelvis as close to the wall as possible and stretch your arms back. If you're stiffer in the hips and knees, you may be a bit more that sort of shape or a bit more like that. That's fine, that's all good. But if you can come close to the wall, do that. So you can have your arms above your head. But if that's difficult for your shoulders or you start to get tired in that position, then just take your arms out wide. So I'm going to go for wide right now because it's much quieter for my heart, quieter for my head. So relax here. Allow the groins to relax. Feel the cold contact with the floor, the wood, the stone, carpet. Allow your face to relax. Allow your breathing to settle. So do feel free to stay like that. But I am going to show another way of doing the same posture, just for future reference if you look back on this video. But do stay like that. For now, I just want to show how to use a bolster for those who might like to do that. So the bolster can also bring a nice breadth to the chest and elevation to the chest and quietness to the abdomen. If you feel like you've got a bit of a headache, then you can sometimes just put something over your eyes, like a little cloth, just to quieten the forehead, quieten the eyes. Okay, so we're going to come up now. So gently bring your knees together and roll to your side to sit up. So the next posture is stretching the legs up the wall. So if it is really really hot, you can just lie down on the hard floor. It can feel quite nice. Wiggle your bum in as close as it's able to be. You may want to have something soft under the head though, and then reach your arms wide. So your legs are stretching up to the ceiling. They're connecting down into the hip sockets and your back is broad. Those who know how to do this with a bolster, you may also want to do it with a bolster. That's also a nice method. but both are good, and sometimes just being on the hard floor can be very cooling, very grounding. So stay like this, but for the record I am going to show how to use a bolster. So with the bolster, your bum hangs slightly down through that gap. The legs rest down into the pelvis. You get a nice spread in your abdomen and a spread in the chest. So both of these methods are good. You can alternate between the two of them. One day one practice, one day another practice. So just breathe here. Just allowing your body to find its own equilibrium amidst all the activity, all the wonderful things in our life. Just allow yourself this moment to be here, to allow your body to find its own natural rhythm. And then another way of working with the legs is you can slide the legs wide, so they're wide apart. This is also very cooling, so you get a lovely spread on the inner legs all the way to the inner heels, and the arms are really wide. You can obviously do this on the floor as well. So just lie there with your legs wide, arms wide. Just allowing the heat to move through you and out of you. Just another 10 more seconds here. Some of you know how to put the belt around the feet as well, so you could do that. So you tie a belt from one foot to the other foot so that the belt holds the legs in place. So you just get a buckled belt. And the belt's around the feet. It just holds the legs in place. You just slide the heels slightly out so your legs just rest in that belt. So 3 conscious exhalations. Come on, we've got a couple more, another minute or so just to be here. Exhale. And again, breathing out through the nose. And once more. And then we're going to come out of this posture, so bring your hands in, bend your knees, take the belt off if you ended up using the belt. And then wiggle back or slide back. And you can even have your feet on the wall and turn the legs out. So you're lying in a relaxation pose. So legs are straight, rolling out, arms are rolling out, and you're on the center of the back of your head. So just lying on the cold floor without any mat. Feel this cool, stable support beneath you. 10 seconds here, just landing. Letting everything settle. And then rest your hands on your tummy and roll over to your right side and then sit up. Then fold your palms at your heart, remembering to stay connected to our own hearts, to this open, listening presence.